Imagine if you could quickly and easily decode and interpret someone else's communication style and preferences so that you could communicate with them more effectively, build a stronger relationship, and improve your collaboration. What if I told you there was a two-step method that would give you insight into your own personal communication preferences as well as those around you? And you'd have this tool at your disposal to tailor your own communication styles so that you can have better and more productive meetings. Well, today I'm going to share with you an incredible tool that I recently discovered that does all of this and lets you rapidly understand how you can better communicate with someone. And even if it's the first time that you're meeting someone, you can intuit the answers to these two steps within a few minutes of meeting and speaking with them. And so when it comes to the people that you already know, like your colleagues at work and your supervisor, it's really easy to retrofit and use to take your meetings to the next level. And the two steps to this method are actually two questions, and they reveal everything that you need to know about what you should be saying and how you should be saying it. And these two questions let us build a quadrant. And who doesn't love a good quadrant? And the first question is, are they introverted or extroverted? And are they task or people-oriented? A task-oriented extrovert is typically very assertive and direct. They'll be very decisive and will often step into the leading role to take charge of situations. And those falling into this category are known as dominant. Down here we have the extroverts who are very people-oriented. These are the socializers who are upbeat and energetic, generally very enthusiastic, and seem to thrive and come alive when they're around people or doing anything that involves bringing people together. These are the influencers, not quite like influencers on social media. And moving over to the introverted side, the people-oriented introverts are generally very calm and patient. They really value cooperation, and you might describe them as being quite diplomatic. And they're often a bit more reserved when it comes to asserting their opinions or making decisions. And people in this group are the steady relators. And last, we have the task-oriented introverts, who are known as the compliant. These people are very thoughtful and analytical. They love getting into the details and really value accuracy, organization, and of course, attention to detail. And so collectively, this is known as the DISC profile. And once you've worked out where whoever you're speaking with sits on this grid, based on these DISC types, you can work out how you should interact with that person. Should you be very concise and to the point, or is there room for you to be a bit more talkative and chatty? And when you're talking to them, should you focus on big, broad ideas, or should you be a bit more thorough and zone in on the details? So a couple of tips for interacting with each type, starting with the extroverts, who tend to be a lot more talkative and listen to you a lot less. So when you're talking to a dominant personality, be direct and to the point, avoid excessive detail, focus on the results and outcomes, and make sure you posit some opportunities for them to be the leader and take charge. And when you're talking to an influencer, there's a bit more room to be more sociable and talkative and chatty, so indulge in some casual conversation. And when they enthusiastically share ideas, acknowledge and recognize and appreciate those ideas. And as this group thrives on energy and interaction, keep everything upbeat and friendly and fun. And now the slightly more reserved end of the DISC profile. When you're talking to steady relators, be patient and approachable. And as much as possible as the conversation unfolds, try to avoid abrupt changes in direction or talking points, and allow some time for reflection and processing of the information that you'll have shared with them. And lastly, when you're going into any conversations or meetings with someone that is the compliant personality type, be precise and have all of the details to hand. Go through everything thoroughly and show or share the data that has guided what you've done so far. And be ready to answer any questions with further supporting details and facts. Shifting your communication style to better suit the person that you're talking with really helps them to feel seen and heard and to focus all of their energy on the task at hand, rather than being distracted because it's not in the style that best meshes with how they interact with information. Now, whenever I meet someone new or talk to anyone, I have those two questions ticking over in the back of my head. And now that I use this tool, I come away from meetings feeling like I've managed and built the relationship well as having conducted that meeting in a way that builds positive momentum for whatever that meeting was for. So try it out and see how it changes your conversations and, of course, those meetings with your supervisor. I'd also love to know if there are any tips or tricks you've used that have improved your meetings, so let me know in the comments. So thank you very much and hope to see you again soon.